Okay, so we're going to continue building apps, and today I'm going to build one that's a little more complicated than what we did the first week, and I just want to show you how many things there are to explore in App Inventor, okay? So I started off with a project new, and what I've dragged over here is a button, okay? That's this guy right here. I made the background color yellow and just said, tell me about your day. Now the invisible things that are going to be on here are two components, speech recognizer, and you can just search for speech and find that one, and text to speech. So these are using tools that are built into your phones that allow you either to speak and have it recognize what it is and turn it into text, or the other direction, look at the text and read it out loud to you. Okay, so we've got three components this time. Now you can do fancier things, right? You can move this button around with the different arrangements and your layout. You can change its color and font and put other images around it and all of that pretty stuff. But this is the work. Now let's go see what the blocks are. So we'll build these up one by one so that you can see how to do that. But here's the general flow, okay? When button 1 is clicked, where did I get that from? I went to button 1 and I dragged out that guy, okay? Then when you hit that button, I'm going to call the speech recognizer. That's going to run on your phone right here, the get text, okay? That's going to run on your phone, the program that uses software to understand your speech and turn it into text, okay? So that's how I created that one. So that's one operation that's going to happen. Now, after, what happens next? So I've got the text to speech. I'm sorry, I need the speech recognizer, okay? So now the speech recognizer is going to go and talk to a program that Google has running on their system in probably California or Northern Oregon. And it's going to process what you've said, understand it, and send back to your phone the actual words and text. So we don't know how long that's going to take. So we can't say like immediately. We just say, all right, after you get done doing that and you have text, that's my phone disconnecting. After you've done that and you have text, let's look at the next thing. It's going to send back something called result and something called partial. We want the result. Okay, so I'm going to click on get result, and that creates this little guy. Now what do we want to do with the result, the text it's sent back to us? Well, we want to make a decision. If it contains the word like, then we want to give out one message. Otherwise, we want to speak out a different message. So we need to make a choice. That's in the control section. And this if structure is a really important one in programming. If something happens, then do this. If something happens, then do this. Otherwise, if it didn't happen, do that. Okay? So this is our first control structure. We're going to pick if then else because we want something to happen no matter what you said. So if, and if the result has the word like in it, so that's a text operation. Does it have, let's go down the choices, contain. Does it contain, does the text result contain this piece? And the piece, we're going to go to text and just grab the first one and type it in like. Okay, if it has the word like in it, then I want you to speak out loud, turn text to speech, and send out one message. Otherwise, I want you to send out a different message, and the messages we'll type in here. Okay, so that's the structure I used to build this. It's mad because it's duplicated, so I'm going to delete all those things and drag this guy over. Okay, so now we have our program. I just did that to show you how to build up the pieces. Okay, when we click the button, the speech recognizer is going to start. We're going to talk to it. It's going to contact Google, turn our sound into text, and after it's gotten the text, it's going to return this result. Oops, let me click away there. If the result contains the piece like, the word like, then we're going to have the phone say out loud, oh, you're such a positive person. Otherwise, if it didn't, Then we're going to say, gosh, hope tomorrow things are brilliant. Okay? So let's connect this up. And so I'm going to go to my phone. Right, I'm going to open up the AI App Inventor. And I'm going to say scan QR code and just hold it up there so I don't have to type those letters. It connects, it's sending program across, and there I am. I have the exact program the way I designed it. Now let's run it. So I'm going to tap. Up comes the speech recognizer program. And because it heard me say, let's pull up the speech recognizer program, and that didn't have the word like in it, it said, gosh, hope tomorrow things are brilliant. Let's test the other path. I liked everything today.
You are such a positive person.
So that time it went right through this loop. Okay? So I just want to give you an example of how many powerful things you can get to in App Inventor. We could expand this in a lot of different ways, right? We could not just look for the word like, we could look for a collection of words. Or we could have a set of different messages that we read out to them. Or we could put up an image, or we could take them to a website. Oh, this is really getting fun, right? Okay, so that's just a starter. Get going on your homework and post any questions you have in the discussion board. Thanks for being on the adventure.